Songs of Love and Hate took on its own life, you know. And I'll tell you what, Bob Johnston and Leonard Cohen and Ron Cornelius fought a lot during that album. I'm telling you. I mean, there was a lot of arguing that went down on it, you know. I mean, it was like a love thing going on there that, you know, it had to be right, and I pissed them off a lot of times, but like I say, by the time it was finished, I would be very surprised if either Bob or Leonard didn't look back and say, yep, that's one of the best things I ever did. I used to laugh a lot because Leonard really, really loved people like Joe Cocker, and, you know, he would have given his right arm if he could do what those guys could do. You know, you could tell. But that wasn't him. Leonard, you know, I mean, sometimes you'd wonder if Leonard actually could find one. He didn't have that thing, you know, that those guys have. Even though he really, I think that he would love to have rocked out, but his vocal ability, even though, you know, I think it's one of a kind. It's so unique. It's wonderful. It's so Leonard, you know. However, he always really loved those guys that could really get out there and sing the blues and all that kind of stuff. And when he would try that around us, you know, I mean, it always would end up in, and we'd all be just falling out laughing, including him, you know. In those days, it got pretty crazy. It really got crazy at times, you know. One thing I always loved about Leonard is you know, I'm a street guy. I was born in Richmond, California, and I come out of the streets. And Leonard, I don't care how wild it got, Leonard was totally out of his element and loving it. Actually, my mind was growing in leaps and bounds by just being with somebody like Leonard. You're talking about a very special, deep person. Running around with that guy is like, and don't get me wrong, I really don't want you to get this wrong. I'm not putting Leonard on some kind of a pedestal that compares in any kind of a religious type situation, but because of my lack of vocabulary, this is just me, Ron, talking here. It was like running around with what I know as like a disciple of some type. A teacher's teacher. There you go. Way out teacher. I mean, those kind of thinkers are very far and few between. And if you ever sit down and talk with Leonard straight up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's the real deal. It is the real deal.